CTV News at 5 with Hudson Mack.
Good evening. An organization that protects green space and nature in British Columbia is getting buried in the cost of preservation. The Land Conservancy of B.C. is insolvent, and it has to come up with $500,000 in order to keep operating. The TLC says it is already cutting its staff and it is looking to restructure its debt, but the Society admits that if it cannot find the money, it may end up having to cut public access to many of the properties it has worked so hard to save. CTV's Stephen Andrew reports.
The Sooke Potholes, just one of a number of properties the Land Conservancy of B.C, or TLC, has saved from development. The Potholes is now a CRD park. TLC raised the money to purchase the potholes, like so many of its properties, by taking on a mortgage and soliciting donations. But CTV News has learned after 15 years of acquisitions, the Land Conservancy is in serious financial trouble. In fact, it is insolvent.
Well, I guess that's a matter of definition. We have something like $50 million in assets. We have some debts, some that are really tight right now. We have money coming in every day, and we're paying bills every day. So there's a challenge. It's a challenge that there's not enough money coming in these days, and all charities struggle.
Though the organization is paying its bills, it is missing mortgage payments.
A few mortgages, but we've been in communication with each of those mortgage lenders and working on arrangements with them to catch up on those payments shortly.
The Society will not confirm if another of its properties, Abkhazi Gardens, will be part of the solution to its money troubles. The Society is looking to restructure its finances, converting short-term debt into long-term debt, essentially pulling available finances out of some of its properties. To pay the mortgage on Abkhazi Gardens alone, it costs $10,000 a month, and the Land Conservancy says donations haven't been flowing in to cover those costs. As a result, TLC says it's $500,000 in the hole.
Do you think it's fair to be raising money, soliciting funds at a time when the Society really is insolvent?
Well, it's absolutely fair, because it depends whether the people of British Columbia want these places to be protected or not. The mortgages that we have are paying for properties that we bought on behalf of the people of British Columbia to save them, whether they're the Sooke Potholes or Abkhazi Garden or wherever. If they weren't purchased with those mortgages, they simply would not be protected now. They would be townhouses or something else.
Hi, I'm Pamela Anderson.
To encourage people to open their wallets, TLC enlists support from stars such as Pamela Anderson and Nellie Furtado.
It's too late. Please join me in protecting the places that make this province such a beautiful place to live.
But big names and big donors might think twice with a look at the books. In TLC's 2010 financial statement, the Society's auditors questioned its future. The Society has a significant working capital deficiency, wrote Grant Thornton, adding an unrestricted deficit and a decrease in net cash flows indicate an uncertainty that may cast a significant doubt about the Society's ability to continue as a going concern. TLC is confident it will find money. If it can't, it says it will have to close properties to the public. But even in a worst-case scenario, the Society says it is not prepared to sell any of its properties to make up its financial shortfall.
If things don't turn around, you may be in that moral position.
Indeed, somebody might make that decision, but it's still sometimes people will choose not to eat the other people in the lifeboat, but all go together, and that you can't make those moral decisions necessarily or guess what they would be in the future.
Unless you're absolutely faced with them.
Yeah, well, then maybe that's the time to make them. We're not right now.
Stephen Andrew joins us. Stephen, some folks watching tonight might think it's time to start eating in that lifeboat, but this isn't the first time we've seen this. TLC's history is that it has kind of lurched from one financial crisis to another.
Yeah, it certainly has. I mean, there's been its fundraising campaign so far, and 3 board members were previously resigned over concerns about accounting principles and transparency with their books. And the executive director, Bill Turner, was removed from the top job for a while by a previous board, Hudson, until supporters rallied behind him and had him reinstalled. The Society is working on its latest financial statements right now. They're due out in September. And Bill Turner says with the donations down and the economic outlook for the future, it is not going to be any better than last year for TLC.
All right, Stephen Andrew, thank you.
You're welcome.